Now, you want to see a pilot, I mean a really good pilot that sets you off, that you want to see more. Epilogue of Indie is your pilot. It's basically kind of survival in the world sort of scenarios. Instead of using sort of zombies, they use gods as metaphors of end of the world, but we don't know why. And that itself is a hook. I mean, when you come in, you have no idea what's going on. They set you in the middle of the conversation of a group called Blue, Lucy, and CG. All of them are working on the forest, escaping from something, but Lucy doesn't know what or why. He asks his friend Blue, "Why are we leaving the town?" And Blue just keep changing the conversation, just having fun little things. He basically the uncle who trying to be cool and hip, but trying to avoid answer their questions. But this is the thing. It completely grabs your attention because this thing was a surprise, especially the production. Because if you heard or read the backstory of this production project, it's sort of mind blowing because they attempted to get some money to make this project and Kickstarter, but yet it completely failed. They did not reach their goal. Instead, they attempted a second Kickstarter that was semi-successful just to pay the music. So you have limited money, just enough to make the rough idea. Even that, you have a very, very small team, around 20 to 22 people in total. But top of all this, they only have 3 months to make it. Not because they have a limited budget, it's the fact all of them have to go back to school. So you have a bunch of students who will not yet figure out their style or the method to make a good pilot. But the passion, the endearment, how this was written, how was this rushed, come out so great. It's almost a mind blowing because to compare like as LS Mark own pilot from Catching Up, that took 4 years. And you can watch the pilot, you see, yeah, because the art was confined finish, but the writing kind of sucks. But compared to this took 3 months with passion, love, and crossing your fingers. There'd be very limited stakes because usually a bigger cash flow will help it extend the project and fix all the little bad writing, bad voice acting, the bad animation, or bad audio to kind of smooth things on. But it's not. It has everything against it, and yet this thing was a banger. I was so impressed because it followed the rule of 3:33 and 3 minutes. If you don't know that rule, you have to have 3 seconds to impress or catch your attention. It'll be art, phrasing, or the scenario. The 33 seconds is showing the idea of the situation or understand the situation of the characters to grab your attention. After you pass the 3 minute mark, that means you're willing to finish the whole episode because you completely grab your attention. To me, it just took a minute and 30 seconds to actually finish the whole series. I could not stop watching this. I rewatched it to fully grasp everything, anything I missed, because it is that fun and interesting. Now, this is an update. I apologize. I had to put this in the middle of everything. But besides that, they are actually did a third Kickstarter to get more funding for this project. If you do adore this and you want more, you can help them in Kickstarter put some funding on the project. But that passed the first goal, 1,500. But be aware to make a pilot episode or just an episode in general. They have at least between 60,000 or 100K just to make the next episode, or at least 60 or 50, because the more money, the more easy. The at least the minimum around 50 is 60. The maximum some to complete something like this 100. Even that is very cheap because that means everything is done. They just need the money to fund the whole thing, the manpower, because it takes a lot of time, a lot of patience, and a lot of rewrites to make the whole show work. And to me, this is a good start because the Kickstarter barely started a few days, and even that passed the first goal. over 3,000 that were asking 1,500 first goal, and the other goals will be re-released the limit they actually asked. But just remember, these have to be between 60 and 100K to make it work, to give enough money to make that polish. The more polished, the more better. Just spread the word, a hashtag Epilogue of Ending on Twitter, Facebook, or whatever website you have, and point them in this direction and show them this pilot if you want this to be successful, at least enough to make the second episode and make it easier to this group, a team, who to make this more profitable afterwards. But other than that, let's continue of the review. I apologize, I have to put this in the middle right here, but let's continue. Now, before I keep talking about this review of Epilogue End of the World, my name is Rachel. I like to talk about animation, not just animation. I like to do reviews, first impressions, cartoon theories, and sometimes, if I have some spare time, cartoon breaking news. Of course, you like how it's going, you'd like to help my channel, put like, comment, and subscribe. That's the only thing you need to do. If not, that cool. If you do, thank you. Because of you, I am getting close to my main goal of 2,000 subscribers. And yes, I am getting close every single day because of you, who people put like, comment, and share. Thank you. I am completely grateful. Now let's start off the review of this indie pilot. Was my opinion a smash hit called Epilogue Ending. I'm sorry I keep butchering it. Forgive me. Now let's get started. Now, what is the story of this pilot? It's very simple. It's a bunch of group of people you kind of follow for a little bit, understanding they are running away for something, but the youngest member doesn't know why. It sort of explains it's all because of the sun. It sort of exploded, but nobody knows how to fix it during that time. So everybody decided to kind of maybe create rockets to maybe cool it down or do anything like that. But people being people decided, you know what, when we're making weapons, why not destroy the other country? And that sort of kind of basically missed the attention to save the world instead of killing each other. And this is the reason why the sun sort of exploded, because no one didn't know how to save it or were interested to save the planet. But interestingly enough, the unpredictability, what will happen to the sun to explode, is something so up there that actually kind of makes sense the scenario that they're in. Because when the sun exploded, 5 creatures reappear. These 5 creatures were basically kind of gods of this world. The people who earned the right to call themselves gods to control and do whatever they want of the planet Earth. Now, everybody trying to survive and not be killed by the gods and the creatures they made to kill all humanity. But we as an audience know about this because the second group of person you actually follow, because there's 2 different type of groups, the one who trying to survive and the other one who loses his mind. And that's sort of interesting because this person, Muller, if I'm correct, that's his name, like he is a very interesting character because he doesn't know who he is and what he's doing, the certain scenario he's on. Is trying to do something that's not really interested of him. He forces you to work up a specific project by this creature who could be one of the 5 gods. And now he is completely trapped of his own scenario. But the only problem is, this guy, he quite literally started talking by himself. Of course, kind of dropping information off the episode, but how it's done is so interesting and fascinating because he keep talking to himself to not lose his mind, but you keep noticing he is freaking out. He is breaking in two, but every time he's getting close to his golden madness, the god reappears and can tell him, what are you doing? You're supposed to be working. And that is just kind of creepy, and you understand why this guy sweating bullets, because he knows he about to die if he not listening what he's doing. In fact, he trying to convince this type of guy to maybe do something else besides hanging around him. Even he attempted to convince this guy to leave him alone so he could run away. He doesn't know who he is, who he's looking for, or the reason why he's here. So that's what I mean. He's sort of trapped in sort of scenario. He doesn't know what to do. This is the reason why he's sort of cracking. He is losing his mind. So he sort of met the other team by accident. But during this conversation, the other team, Blue, Lucy, and CG, started coming to the city and sort of accidentally met the guy. But this is the kicker that just super interesting and fascinating is the editing and the dialogue, how they can split back and forth. That sort of funness that someone says, now what we do, and the other sentence completes, finish, and continues with the other person say, now we have something to do. And that's the interesting part because every single sentence ends to that specific word, and that word picks up with the other sentence with the other character saying what they actually knowing the scenario they put themselves into. They make you super aware and awake, trying to follow and understand each specific character because at that moment, each specific character separates to do something else. And the more you see how the world is building, and also I see the world is actually becoming more dangerous because the gods created these sort of creatures are eating other people, but yet all of them just trying to survive in understanding the reason to survive. Something like The Walking Dead, but more supernatural take of creatures who attempted to kill, or something like Resident Evil, well, the evil scientist. But you get the idea. On top of everything else, this was actually very funny because this is a survival cartoon and a bunch of people trying to survive, not be eaten, killed, or run over. But you have a sense of humor that actually is kind of funny because I stopped watching because the control not stop laughing. It doesn't have a lot of jokes because they're trying to take it serious, but every time they do crack a joke, it's just so clever and interesting and well written to make sense that specific character. I think one of the big example is Blue that he sort of try to ignore this other guy who is kind of crazy, but Lucy trying to convince him to bring him with the team, and Blue says, "Yeah, this train wreck, no." Like that sort of subtlety that Blue is sort of kind of sarcastic, calm, but very charming. That things get wrong, he's the one who's in charge, but he's trying not to panic. He has that sort of sarcastic, almost kind of UK type of humor, and that works so well for the character because you understand Blue. He is from the military. He lost his arm. He has a back injury that he won't admit and show to her. I guess he needs. That's the only thing I'm not sure in the relationship, but that says a lot because he wants to protect this little girl. He is his responsibility. That's just so much information not yet explored or explained to you. That is good writing. And Lucy really is convinced what his uncle or family member, I guessing, does. That she knows something's wrong, but he's not telling her, and she still follows him, but she wanna ask questions, but yet she kind of understand maybe she should not know, at least for now. But and it never tells you. It's all about the reactions, re-reactions of the questions, answers, and the scenarios. And that's just brilliant. The only time they break that rule, telling you, then showing you, is the second party. This one guy who is completely crazy, but it's sort of easy to explain because he is losing his mind. Because it's sort of strange is this guy talking while actually talking to someone. It's usually sort of video game sort of kind of writing, in other words, like a bad video game. They want dump information or thinking what the person says. They just talk, but it seems super weird and strange. And they use that as advantage of this character, telling us, yeah, this guy loses his mind. And that's just very clever writing. I have to remind you, this was done 3 months. The writing took longer and more time. Possibly the creator of this show, supposed to be a sort of short sort of essay they give to his teacher, but he loved the idea so much, he decided to do this basically a pilot. And you know what? It really shows. It's something that shows someone who has a sexy humor, someone who knows what they want and understands the pilot needs to grab your attention the first couple seconds and deliver the humor, the characters, the development. everything. The only thing I'm 100% sure you should complain is but probably the animation. But once more, budget students live in a budget 3 months. What do you want? To compare to LS Mark catching up pilot, it took 4 years. This is almost a miracle. This is just passion, true love of the art. I'm here for it. I would support it. Even that, I'm 100% sure not a lot of people will watch this, but you want to see a true great pilot for people are passionate, who has very little experience, but you wonder, you sure they have a little bit of experience? But this one feels people are actually talented, and this is basically tip of the iceberg, showing what they actually could do. Hopefully, if they graduate, they get jobs just to show this project to other people to see maybe get picked up. I'm not 100% sure this will get a second episode, but it doesn't matter. This thing was great because at the end of this, the different sort of cliffhanger, someone is chasing them by a different group. And to me, my mind ran crazy to figure out how should I brought this to myself. And I did it so fast. That's saying it is really well written, enough to make you think and want more episodes. And I don't know what else to say. I just recommend it. Support your own indie brethren and sisters in the indie scene. In other words, watch this. Tell other people this thing should be popular. At least convince the team to do one more episode, because this would be a shame to be wasted, because you can tell the love and passion is here. You always should support your indie production indie projects, even that you don't have to give money. Just watching, liking, commenting, and do the hashtag convince people to watch this specific pilot, because it shows Hollywood what us, the animators or the nerds who love animation, to convince him pick this pilot up. This is worth it. This has a fan base. You should probably get a little bit of this if at least give 2 seasons. I don't think you need more, but 2 seasons or at least 1 season is just enough to make understand what people actually want. Always support your indie, especially the ones who actually have so much passion, but at the same time show you they know what they're doing. They're not goofing off. Of course, I got nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.